you find that there are similarities in kind of a network of association in the UK as well, or is that still to develop?
It's developing right before our eyes, really. So thanks to Debs. I'm sure Debs will talk a bit more about it. But the Football Supporters Association has been long established in men's football. It's never really had a women's network. During the World Cup last year, I think there was the first fans embassies for England supporters travelling out to France, which was brilliant, and that's where I met Debs as well. And everything's just kind of really took off from there. I think most of the clubs in the top tier of England football are now members in one way or another as part of the Football Association, and that's also growing into the second and third. I think we may even have fourth tier as well. So it's been rapidly growing. So I mean, I'll let Debs talk more about it, but I think as a supporter, and we're probably one of the more established supporters clubs in England, it's great to meet other fans away from the game. We talk during the games, but to really understand what they're about, maybe what challenges they might be facing or what good ideas they have, and we can work together collectively. But it's also having that one voice to go and talk to the Football Association in England as well. I think certainly a lot of things around COVID, we've been talking collectively around that rather than being, just Manchester City or just Chelsea or Arsenal, for example. So that's great. And we're reinforcing the message with our clubs as well to say, look, we're here. We're fortunate we have a really good membership and we have a really good relationship with Manchester City Football Club as well. So they always talk to us around, if it's marketing or feedback that we might have as fans, we can go to the clubs. We've got people that we can go and talk to. But I think having that extra layer that then takes it up to the National Football Association is great. And it just shows that, as a sport in England, because, women's football is years behind what it is in the US. And it's just showing that how keen people are, and they want to grow and they want to get better, and they want the game to be better, and they want the atmosphere to be better for supporters on the day, and all the things that sort of go around the periphery of just the 90 minutes of the game as well. But I'm probably best to let Debs maybe talk a little bit more on the great work she's been doing.
Great. Debs, can we invite you into the conversation to talk about the establishment of the network?
Yes, so just to back up what everybody else is saying, the collective voice really is so important, and making sure there is an independence from the club, so you can be that critical friend. But even in the last couple of months, we've grown. This time last year, we had no members in the network. We were just trying to establish it. And now we've got 18, and we cover the WSL, the Championship, the National League. So we really are getting a big spread, actually. And it's interesting, Jude just said that City are actually a more established structure in terms of their supporters group, but we've got a few newbies that are fresh out the box. So it's kind of nice to have that mix of people, and sort of try to get everybody starting to have a more structured approach and importantly a collective voice. So we really just are trying to at the minute support them locally, and then pull together. And I think it was 2 weeks ago we had our first meeting with the FA, which was a really positive step forwards to talk about potentially how things look returning back to stadiums for supporters, and how that might be. But it was a really important step to show that supporters' voice was important. So yeah, it's growing, which even in the last couple of months we've grown a lot, had a couple of meetings, and now we're just trying to get the network formally constituted within the FSA. So that means that the women's game is represented within our structure properly as well. So yeah, it's been a fun ride so far, hasn't it, Jude?
Quite interesting, isn't it? Because one of the things I'm picking up about the value of the network is the ability to learn from others within that network and learn best practice. And so with Debs at the FSA, are you in contact with Bailey at the ISC to kind of learn that best practice internationally too? Is that, does the network connect internationally, is what I'm asking?
So Bailey and I actually, we just talked probably about a month ago, but it was through FSE, so Fans Europe. they connected, Bailey and I, and then but yeah, the hope is that we can try and crisscross and work together for the enhancement of women's football and supporters within the women's game as well. You know, so yeah, we're hoping to work together as much as possible, and I'm hoping to go to Portland.
Yes.
Aren't we all? For the women's network.
Aren't we all? But
yeah, that crisscrossing over is a really important point.